Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Herders. My name is Nick.
I'm Rich.
And today we're telling you what we're up to.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we're up to, because we are over a beer, again, we are drinking from the Inlet Brewing Company out of Jupiter, Florida, the Monk IPA, Belgian style IPA. And it's okay. It's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's good.
It's kind of I feel like it's sort of like a whatever.
Yeah, I'm warming up to it.
As it warms up, it was a little frozen at the start.
Yeah. I think that's
It's
why
okay.
it's
it's
coming out real weird.
It's not bad. It's far from bad, far from great.
It's good. It's decent. It's a decent drinkable beer.
Yeah. Yes, it is drinkable. Good job, Inlet. So we're up to that right now. We're up to telling you what we were up to this week. So what were you up to?
I got two things.
Ooh, okay.
You want to talk about a movie or a game?
Well, there's a lot of game stuff going on lately with E3. We can check out all our coverage on that. So why don't you just stick with the trend?
Sure. So this game isn't quite the game on the level of anything being shown at E3. What I recently...
Tic-tac-toe.
Not tic-tac-toe. Close. It involves... I don't know. Recently imported from Japan, I picked up the not being released localized game Dead or Alive Xtreme 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I said, not anywhere near the level of an E3 game that we've been talking about.
Okay. So this is tell people who don't know.
So if you don't know, there's a franchise of fighting games called Dead or Alive, which I'm a big fan of. I regardless of the visuals of it, I think the mechanics of the game are really good. It's a fast-paced fighting game. But what they did on the original Xbox is make a side game where all of the girls of Dead or Alive go to a beach resort. And it was like a volleyball game. And it was stupid. They went on like a 14-day vacation. You played through it and you built relationships and played volleyball. And so this is the third one of those. And it's become much more about the girls as opposed to the game. It's a stupid fucking game.
Right.
But for some reason, not the visual aspect of it, but I'm addicted to it.
Okay.
Like the mini game, for the trophies of it, I'm like, well, I gotta get this every day, or after you complete a mission, it gives you like, oh, well, now have this person go win 2 games of beach volleyball, or go play 3 hands of poker, or whatever. And so I'm like, crap, now I got to do that. Like, that completionist in me is getting the bug of that. Like, that weird, like, grindy completionist aspect of me has kicked in. So
Something weird and grimy about it.
Grindy.
I
said grindy.
Grindy.
I mean, grindy could also be...
No, I mean,
there is a butt battle game in this.
Yeah, I saw a bit of a gameplay. IGN Up at Noon, they played it a few weeks back. It's something.
I think we should do it as a let's play. I think that should be our first sex sells. I think we should do it as a let's play.
All right, that sounds.
But we'll
excellent.
see. You can find that. Yeah, it does. You can find that on youtube.com/overbeer one day in the future, maybe.
Coming soon.
Oh.
All right. So what
just
else
like
have you
your
been
beer.
up to?
I saw The Conjuring 2.
Oh. Yes.
Have you seen this yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe tonight. It literally could happen tonight. We'll see.
Could have happened last night.
It could have happened.
Could happen tomorrow night.
It almost did happen last night, but something else ran a little bit long.
It's really good. I don't want to spoil it, since you haven't seen it. I don't want to say too much. I think it definitely is up to the original.
I really like the original. A good deal.
I don't know if it's quite at the level of the original, but it definitely is a well-made, deserved sequel for this.
Would you say that this is a better sequel than Insidious Chapter 2, the other James Wan sequel?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And I liked
okay.
Insidious Chapter 2, but it
was kind of a letdown.
It's just weird, Insidious Chapter 2. But this, yes, it is much better than Insidious 2. I have 1 or 2 issues with it. One of them being it's a little long. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. But I don't know where you would necessarily cut from it. And then I have a couple issues towards the end, but I don't want to get into it too much since you haven't seen it.
I plan on seeing
But
it.
it's a solid horror film. I mean, if you were like The Conjuring or like horror movies, definitely go check it out.
Okay. Very cool. So, James Wan, it's nice to see that he did The Conjuring, and then went and did Fast and Furious 7, signed on for Aquaman, signed on for this, and that, and it was like, all right, so he's done being the guy who brings us these cool little small movies, and then it was like, nope, he's not.
Well, then they posted something today. He already has his ideas for Insidious 3. Yeah.
He said that he plans on doing the every other thing. He's going to do a huge Hollywood movie and then do something he wants, like
that's cool,
smaller, more intimate, and then do a huge movie. That's what he's going to do now.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because that was a concern too of mine. Where it was like, okay, now he's blown up. He went from the guy like the horror fans were really into when Saw and Dead Silence and all this stuff, and now he's still doing it.
Yep. So
check it out.
Conjuring 2. I'll see it soon. All right, so I've been up to 2 things as well.
Okay.
And guess what? They're a game and a movie.
Oh. So let's go with the game since we're in game mode.
Actually, they're both video game related.
Oh, okay.
Last week I talked about, I literally just before we had done what we were up to, I started playing like maybe 20, 25 minutes of Gone Home, which is one of the PS Plus free games of the month. And I beat it.
Cool.
Because like you've probably heard, like I talked about last week, it is a very short game. It's like 2 hours.
For the record, I did not buy it. I hadn't bought it. I thought I had.
Well, there you go.
So I got it for free. I still haven't played it yet, though.
You should play it.
I'm playing too much
DOA. I don't want to talk too much about it because this game was never spoiled for me. I don't know how much of it you've heard about.
I've managed to avoid
really good.
spoilers.
I heard it's really good. I heard that you could technically beat it in like 2 minutes, and that's all that I knew about it. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
Like a really, really well done story, and I don't want to say too much. All that I say is it's a rewarding experience. It's a game. For those who don't know what it is, you play this girl who has gone home from a European trip, and none of her family's there. Things are a little bit strange, and you kind of go around the house trying to figure out where everybody is, why they're not there, what's happened with your family. And the game, the way that it messes with your perception of things is very interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
Cool.
Check it out. It takes place in 1995, and it has some really cool things inside the house. Almost everything is almost interactive. Like you can open every drawer, read through things, read letters. But like you'll go into like somebody's room and you'll see like Super Nintendo cartridges and you can pick them up, and it's just cool if you're nostalgic. There's X-Files posters all over the place.
I'm excited to finally play it.
It's a really well done 2 hours or less.
Maybe we'll do a spoiler review or something.
Yeah, I would like to talk more about
what
I thought was successful with it. And then the other thing, also video game related, but a movie.
Oh.
Not a very good movie. I saw Warcraft, the new Duncan Jones, big budget, here a flop, there not a flop, a lot of money in China movie. I kind of talked to you about this the other day. Duncan Jones is probably, before this, one of my most exciting up-and-coming filmmakers.
Yeah.
Moon and then Source Code. Love Moon. Source Code, very strong thriller for a Hollywood-type thriller. Some stupid elements, but
overall it's a very good movie.
And he went from being this guy who was like, I'll see anything he makes, to now, like, I walked out of Warcraft, and I was like, in my head, I was like, you know what? If he never made another movie, that'd be fine with me. That's how bad this movie is. It is incoherent. The story is dumb. The story choices, like, they do things like they set up... There's a large cast of characters, but there's 2 characters specifically that are set up as kind of your leads.
Okay.
And
I'm guessing
they have neither of these people play any role in the third act of the movie of consequence. They take them out of all of the act, and it's just like story structure like that makes no sense. Acting, almost across the board, with a few exceptions, atrocious. Ben Foster, it's amazing that he's delivered good performances.
I didn't realize he was in this.
He's awful as like a magician wizard man. Big part in the movie too.
It's a shame. I usually really like
the visuals. Some of the CGI of the orcs pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But the visual structure of the movie, the composition, the way that Duncan Jones frames things, terrible. It's just a bad movie. Universally across the board, one of the worst Hollywood movies I've seen in a very long time. I would not recommend it.
Well, I wonder, you kind of mentioned some of this to me the other day, and I was wondering if some of it has to do with sort of the development hell this movie has gone through. Because, Sam Raimi was attached to it forever, and then, it just kind of chugged along and chugged, and then all of a sudden Duncan Jones, and it was getting made, here it is. So I'm wondering if that had...
I don't know. He's also a co-writer on the movie.
Not necessarily it being Sam Raimi's fault, but just the fact that it has changed hands, and I'm sure this was...
It could be.
One of those movies where produced the hell out of it.
One thing that you definitely feel with a lot of the story issues that I would have, this movie, I don't know if you've seen the theatrical and then the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven, the Ridley Scott film.
I have not.
So you see the theatrical cut, which is superior than this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it, especially the first third of the movie, feels so fragmented, so cut down for time. Where it's how did we get to this? How did your motivation change? Everything's happening so quickly. And a lot of this, especially the first half of Warcraft, feels the same. You're skipping things.
There's moving the plot along.
Why is that scene 2 seconds? Why is that there? Why is there no reference to this?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could see how a longer cut might make the story more coherent.
Yeah.
But it would not save this movie.
Really?
No way. I'm telling you, the acting is awful. And then just the way the movie is made, the shot composition, it's terrible. There's no life in this movie. And no amount of added sequences would change this.
It's a shame.
Yeah. I saw it with a Warcraft fan who certainly liked it more than I, but acknowledges that there's a lot of problems with the movie as well. So, overall, critically, this movie's getting mauled.
Oh, yeah.
Here it's bombing, but like I said, it opened 6 times bigger. It made $175 million in 4 days in China, which is crazy money because that's the equivalent of something opening much bigger here.
Yeah. What's weird, we've seen, there's been a lot of talk of that, how now the money is being made in China, and now we're really seeing it. When Ninja Turtles had 3 different Chinese logos on it beforehand, and weird stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made in those markets, and we're seeing something like Pacific Rim get a sequel because of how it did worldwide, not because of how it did here. And the same thing could theoretically happen with Warcraft, and seeing how the movie could end up making $500, $600, $700 million and be an absolute bomb here. And then I guess at that point it would get a sequel. I don't know. It is a different time that we're living in.
Yeah.
Because the movie, it just is not performing here. But anyway, it's awful. Don't see it. Gone Home is great. Do play it.
Conjuring is very good. Go see it. Dead or Alive Xtreme 3.
You be the judge.
It's a stupid game, but
yeah. So that's what we've been up to this week. Mm-hmm. We do other things.
We do.
And we tweet about them. I tweet at Shunks.
I tweet at Rich Belson. The channel tweets sometimes at OABeer_official. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/overabeer. Instagram, over_a_beer. YouTube, of course, youtube.com/overabeer. We're every Tuesday. So today, our 3rd beer review is going live. So we do beer reviews every week. Every Tuesday on youtube.com/overabeer. If you've watched us for a while or are brand new, typically we talk about, like we did today, sort of what we're drinking, because we are the Over a Beer channel, so we do every episode over a beer. We talk a little bit about it. So these beer reviews are a little bit more in-depth discussions of the beer.
Yeah.
The hints of this flavor and that flavor, and we bring our expertise into it, so we can have a very intellectual beer discussion. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, check them out. They're it is a different flavor than what we would normally do. So check that out.
And then
to it.
Oh, and then you can find us on Untapped for our beer rankings.
Yes.
At Over a Beer, one word, on the Untapped app, which is a beer ranking app. And then every Friday on soundcloud.com/overabeer, we post an episode of the Over a Beer podcast, where we
Why don't you today, for this video, right now, say what you would rate this beer. Tomorrow, come back and see what I give.
I'm going to give it a 3.25.
Okay. All right. So again, come back tomorrow, see what I did, or follow us on Untapped and know
Yeah.
that's the thing.
But that'll wrap things up for today, though. So until next time, drink up.